Two injured in North Street drive-by shooting near KPH. Two people were injured in a drive-by shooting on the North Street Road in the vicinity of Kingston Public Hospital in downtown Kingston. Details surrounding the incident are not yet available, but reporters understand that a man and a female vendor were shot. Their conditions are unknown at this time. It is alleged that the man was the target of the shooting. St. Elizabeth residents protest over lack of electricity. Scores of commuters, including patrons from the Appleton Estate Rum Tour, were forced to use alternative routes as residents block a section of the Mogati Main Road in northern St. Elizabeth over lack of electricity in the area on Friday. The residents downed trees and used debris to block the roadway early Friday morning as they urged Jamaica Public Service Company JPS to restore power to their homes. This is a month after the passage of Hurricane Beryl. This latest protest follows weeks of demonstrations across the country, with residents demanding answers from the utility company as to when power will be restored in their communities. On Wednesday, the Office of Utilities Regulation rejected claims that it fell down on the job in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl and allowed utility companies, particularly JPS, to shaft Jamaican consumers. Energy Minister Daryl Vaz not confident JPS will meet August 12 power restoration deadline. Despite the Office of Utilities Regulators or directive to the Jamaica Public Service JPS to ensure that electricity is restored to customers by August 12, Energy Minister Daryl Vaz is not confident that the JPS will meet the deadline. In a statement, OR said the JPS has been directed to enforce strict compliance with its latest schedule for returning electricity supply to customers affected by Hurricane Beryl. According to the OR, given the company has missed previous established timeline, the directives, which took effect on Wednesday, July 31, requires JPS to comply with the latest restoration date it has given. The minister told reporters that based on restoration updates received from other members of parliament and previously missed deadlines, he is not confident that the August 12 deadline will be met.
I have taken note of the OUR's release today, and my position remains the same. JPS missed all the deadlines that they have given to me as minister and to the cabinet and to the government, and I don't see anything that they have done in terms of increasing their resources, human and otherwise, to be able to meet the targets that they have now indicated. I am hoping and praying for the sake of the suffering customers, but again, seeing is believing.
Jamaicans whose homes were damaged by Hurricane Beryl to get relief grants starting Monday, August 5th. Citizens whose homes were damaged by Hurricane Beryl to begin receiving grant from government next Monday. Prime Minister Andrew Holness gave the update while speaking at the handing over of homes under the Social Housing Program in Clarendon. The $1 billion relief program aimed at helping affected residents rebuild their homes is being managed by the Ministry of Social Security. The grants being provided range from value of $50,000 to $400,000. Mr. Holness expressed hope that affected residents can complete a rebuild or repair by September.
The government has outlined a comprehensive recovery plan for reconstruction to assist families who have been verified and assessed as having suffered damage. You may recall that I had announced in Parliament just over $1 billion for this element of the reconstruction and recovery, and the Minister of Labour and Social Security would have given the details, which would be $400,000 for persons who have been assessed as having totally lost their homes, $150,000 to persons assessed as having substantial damage, and $50,000 for persons who would have been assessed as having minor damage. I'm happy to report that come Monday, we will start the distribution of the grants for those persons who suffered total loss of their house. And we will be doing, on Monday morning, we will be having a handing over ceremony for the grants to some of the beneficiaries. Of course, these grants will be handed out to the persons assessed over the next few weeks, and we hope to complete the total handing out within the next 3 to 4 weeks, so that all Jamaicans who have been assessed as having suffered damage would be able to start their recovery, and hopefully could be complete even before back to school.
Chase Fund commits $110 million in support of government's Hurricane Beryl recovery efforts. The Chase Fund has committed to supporting government's Hurricane Beryl recovery efforts with an investment of $110 million. This is intended to help with rebuilding and revitalizing institutions in sectors that serve large segments of the population, especially vulnerable groups. Information Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon says the early childhood education sector will get $50 million towards roof and other infrastructure repairs at infant schools and departments. Allocations will also be made for repairs to health facilities and heritage sites.
I'll also just note that the Chase Fund has also agreed to support the post-burial recovery efforts to the tune of $110 million. And so the Chase Fund, which is the Culture, Health, Arts, Sports and Education Fund, will invest this money in a wide range of sectors. Of course, Minister Favour Williams will be very happy to hear that the early childhood education sector will receive $50 million for roof repairs and other damage at infant schools. We know it's a lot more, and the minister will tell you how much money she really needs. But similarly, $50 million will also be allocated to our health system in order to assist in repairs of healthcare facilities. And then really importantly, another $10 million will be directed towards the recovery of heritage sites, libraries and cultural spaces within the arts and culture sector.
Janelle is a warrior. State's principal backs former star student athlete, urges her to ignore detractors. St. Elizabeth Technical High School State's Principal Keith Wellington is backing former State stars athlete turned Olympic quarter miler Janelle Bromfield to overcome the noise of detractors and continue towards fulfilling her full potential in athletics. Janelle, we know you're a warrior, we know you're a fighter, we know that nothing has come easy for you in life, and we know that whatever you have earned, and you will continue to work hard for it irrespective of what critics may say, because deep down I know that you deserve what you earn, Wellington told reporters in an interview on Friday. Bromfield has been the target of vicious social media attacks from Jamaican track fans over the last couple weeks, following an interview in which her boyfriend, American sprinter star Noel Lyons, revealed that he had gained insights about happenings within Jamaican track and field camps from his girlfriend. The Jamaican 400-meter runner said earlier this week that she has received a flood of hate messages in her inbox, with many of them disparaging her dark complexion. For other Jamaicans in my inbox coming for my complexion, calling me black is not an insult. This black is gold, Bromfield posted on her Instagram story. But Bromfield's former principal is encouraging her to ignore the noise in the market, which he said is being fueled by ignorance. Many persons will comment when you're in the public light, comment about you without necessarily having the whole story. They will see flashes of information and make comments and even make decisions. They will draw conclusions based on the little they know, Wellington said, adding, "It is what we call noise in the market. It doesn't dictate what is being sold. You just have to ignore the noise and focus on what is ahead of you." An outstanding athlete at the youth level, Bromfield was a many-time winner in the Inter-Secondary School Sports Association Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletics Championships. In 2016, she claimed gold in the 400-meter, 800-meter and 1500-meter individual events, then returned to anchor the state's 4x4-meter relay team to gold. She also represented the country at a number of international meets and won a bronze medal in the 400-meter in the 2016 World Junior Championships. Bromfield's transition to the senior level has not been smooth, but her career has seen a resurgence recently, and she will be competing in an individual event for the first time at the Paris Olympics after finishing third in the 400-meter at the National Championships. Wellington, who is also president of the Inter-Secondary School Sports Association, hailed Bromfield's resilience throughout her career. "I think she initially started out wanting to be a sprinter and a long jumper because she did well in those events at primary school. Eventually, she transitioned at Stess into a more of a quarter-miler, 800-meter runner. We always thought she would do well representing Jamaica as a junior. She was somebody who worked hard and never shied away from hard work, Wellington stated. He added, I know the odds of transitioning from a junior to a senior is extremely slim, so persons have to be patient to understand that you don't move from being an 18-year-old or 17-year-old competing only against persons your age group to being a 21-year-old who has to compete with everybody in the world and succeed right away. You have to be patient, you have to pay your dues, and I think that Janelle has those qualities of patience. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.